Hello everyone, welcome to the Napoleonic War League, or the Napoleonic Wars League, however you wish to pronounce it. It is, whoa, wow, Fap with a great shot there from the 7thQRC, and they're up against the 44th. Crikey, oh blimey, these guys really doing well already, couple of kills. So it is the 44th versus the 7thQRC. And look at these guys in as the Brits, and see who is in charge. Leading the boys forward, Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell, and over here the commander, Edwin Parker. Look at this, he's now going to turn about, the about face. Oh, the fire coming in, and a few of the 44th being taken down as the line reforms, and we make a change in volume. Let's look at that fire coming in, the members of the 44th being taken down, with suppressive fire coming from the QRC. The 7th doing a great job there, taking down multiple members of the 44th. And this is a stand-up battle, and now the troops move out. Edwin leading the boys forward. And you can see they've lost a number of their boys. Let's see, 16 versus 22. So, the 7th QRC have a definite number as an advantage. And there's Colonel Mitchell. And now, look at this, they're waiting over the other side of the hill. They're going to move up in a line and fire in that line. They're going to get in there to try and make a kill onto the 7th. As now you can see the 14th getting kills on the 7th. Sorry, the 44th, I should say. And here we go, it's a charge into melee. Now that most of the killing has been done via bullets. And let's see, numbers 19 and 16, it's pretty close. And a team kill from Papa Costas into Octi. Poor Octi murdered horribly. And you can see here that the 7th QRC suffering rather badly from the bayonets of the enemy. But then the 44th suffer from the 7th. And it's back and forth here between the two teams. 10 and 10, it's all to play for. And look at that, another team kill from Kevin in there into Ranger Spartan 306. As we're watching this gentleman here, Jonathan Smith, Grenadier, defending himself. Look at this. Oh, fine stab! Fine stab from that Grenadier of the 44th. And the final stabbing going in as this man is trying to defend himself. But for poor Kevin, unfortunately, could not hold them back. And there you have it. 1-0 to the 44th. So, everybody respawns, except for Greco. Well, he's respawned, but he's currently away from keyboard with a fine moustache. So, let's see, the 7th, who are in as the Brits. Look at this, they're lining up against the 44th, getting ready, waiting for that opportune moment when they're in range. You can see them waiting for the inevitable moment. As the commanding officer moves down the right side, he's probably going to lead the line maybe to the right, possibly. Nope. He's decided to keep them where they are. This is where it becomes a little bit like a chess game. The back and forth, and here we go. The presentation begins as the lines come in, and the fire goes out into the 44th. Poor old Ewan McGregor gets taken down very quickly as Edwin Parker leads the boys forward. Now, the question is whether or not Edwin can get the guys into position in time before these guys have a chance to do a full reload. Let's see. Admin Platypus. So obviously our thanks to the admins and so many other members of the 7th and the 44th for taking part in this event. Oh goodness me. The 44th in a little bit of a bunch as in comes the fire from the 7th QRC. Murph and Octi as well. And there they've broken for the melee. And of course, the inevitable team killing begins. As somebody's just been killed by Fap. Well, they say Fap makes you go blind, but I didn't realise it killed you as well. But never mind. We'll see if we can find out. Have a look at those numbers, 17 and 13. So currently, it's not looking good for the 44th. They're down on numbers. And here's Grenadier Alan Ward defending himself from the attacks. Look at this. Fine melee skills from Alan. And now they're rounding on their enemy. Look at that. Fantastic stuff. And the remaining members of the British. The 7th QRC, the last man standing, may not be standing for long. And there you have it. 2-0 in favour of the 44th. In this particular battle for the Napoleonic Wars League. Now, let's see. There's Captain Murph at the back. Look at him, doesn't he look lovely? Fine stogie. And let's see. We're going to follow these guys in. As here is Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell. Look at those. Those are serious whiskers on that man. We approve of the whiskerage. So, let's see. We move over to have a look at the 7th QRC. And there's Edwin Parker, Roland Victory, Finley McGregor, Alan Ward, Sebastian Leggett, Reggie Foster, David Crawford, Roman Hunter, Ronnie Foster, Ewan McGregor, Daniel Lance, Jonathan Smith, Felix Hawke, Thomas Harrison, James McNeish, Oliver Scott, George Moss, Matthew Peterson, and listen to that fire coming in onto the 44th. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is up close and personal. This is brutal. But it looks like they've actually managed to charge and fire. So the 7th QRC managed to get in there for a little bit of melee combat before all of the 44th were in the line and were able to actually fire back. So that may be an advantage for the 7th. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out. But so far the 44th have got the better of them when it comes to the melee combat. However, we'll have to wait and see as look at that. Fine melee work coming in. As now we've got more of the 44th going after the remaining members of the 7th QRC. Recruit Zombie about to have a very bad day. Look at that, going for a turning stab and forced a team kill onto Daniel Lance. So, 3-0. So, Edwin Parker wants a small pause, as it looks like a couple of the 44th have fallen off the server. So, let's see. As there we go. And obviously a shout out to all the spectators. You can see all of those. Oh God. Oh dear. So definite shout out to all those spectators, including of course the admins in there doing their work. And admins really don't get enough praise. They don't get enough. They just get grief. Let's face it. Okay. So. Oh dear. What's going on with the 44th today? They are losing people left, right and centre, not due to bullets. This is due to people falling off the server. And then we're going in for the reset. There we go. So we're in with the 7th as they spawn. 3-0 currently for the 44th. As here is Ominous. And Ominous again. And Ominous again. God, how many Ominouses have they got? God damn it. There we go. Tom. Matus. And Mr. Tuesday. Dar in there as well. And that fire coming in. Let's see who these guys are. Pat. Volels. There's Lennox. Paddy. There's Polar. The Bajoin. Pat Costas. There's Dennis. More Dennis. Yet more Dennis. Again Dennis. Rimram. Or Ram Ram. Recruit Zombie. And look at these guys moving in. And there's Fap, of course. Ominous again. Dar. And Fangod D. Or Fango DK. Oh dear, down goes some of the 7th QRC as it looks like the 44th have got into position. And this could be a very, very nasty situation for the 7th QRC as they lost quite a few of their people there. And now they're able to fire back into the enemy. Look at that, they've cut down quite a few of the 44th. Let's have a look, 21 and 16. So right now, it's fair to say the 44th have the advantage in numbers again. And they are continuing to battle it out. Thomas Jackson from the 44th. Closing in, as there's a nice team kill from McNeish onto poor old Alex Branner. And look at this, the melee skills all coming to the fore. Oh dear, down goes poor old Tom. Oh sorry, that was Daniel Lance there. And Faith also being murdered now. What's going on over here? Here's Pat trying to defend himself. Unfortunately overwhelmed by numbers. Poor Pat. He fought on bravely, but sadly it was not to be. So, and look, of course, you can tell this is an official casted battle as we are smiled upon by the two-dimensional bird. And where is he going? Okay, so that's Timothy Marshall there. Seems to have lagged out, which is why he was running in the opposite direction. So, we'll move in and follow up with these fine fellows of the 44th. As you can see them now taking fire from the 7th. Down goes Brian. Brian Thompson is no more. As the fire is coming in quite significantly from the 7th. Down goes Edward Christoph as well. Killed by Colonel Polar. And Lennox taking down James McTavish now. Whether or not the 44th are going to get an advantage in numbers. There we go. They can about start forming the line and firing back into the members of the 7th QR. This could be the opportunity they're looking for. There we go. They form up a line on the left-hand side. The 44th getting into position as quickly as they can. And the fire being exchanged between the two teams. The two regiments firing at close range. Now, obviously, the 7th have the slight advantage of the brow of that hill. The 44th now charging in. Let's follow Edwin, Major of the 44th, as they go in for the melee, as the fire is still continuing. Why they can still fire, and Edwin picks up himself a musket with a bayonet on the end. And as you can see, looking for an opportunity. Oh, a couple of team kills coming in from the 7th KRC. Polar killing a teammate, one of his sergeants. Oh, fine stab there. Fine stab from Edwin. And another opportunistic stab from Edwin as well. It's going well for Edwin. Looking good. Look at this. A block. And it could be some hot... Yeah, it is. It's hot officer on officer action. And there we go. Look at that. A win of that round by the 7th QRC. So 4-1. And everybody has just drunk the Napoleonic Kool-Aid, as you can see. So... don't forget, boys and girls, places will get changed, moved around, all that kind of stuff. People who drop will then be replaced by the people who are spectating and things of that nature. So, in order to keep the numbers equal, which is fair. So, let us see. John Oak falls off the server as Mitchell moves out. And here is Chip. Warrant officer. There's Matthews. There's Ominous, of course. Sergeant Paddy, Greco, Dennis, and Vollels behind his commanding officer. As we skirt over the sand dunes towards their opponents, the 44th. Oh, Officer aiming! Holy crap. Ouch, Sharama. Blimey, that was pretty nasty. Yeah, that was pretty nasty. As now they get in there. They're angry at the death of their commander. So angry, in fact, they managed to kill some of their own teammates. And now the melee is continuing. And there the French, the 7th. There we go, the round declared void due to officer aiming. So, important to have these rules, boys and girls, as obviously there is a certain amount of historical context for officer aiming. And these guys work hard on their tactics. So, you know, you got to watch it, but hey-ho, never mind, these things happen. Officers need to learn to duck, as Malekith and Aztir are very well aware of, as they do tend to intercept cannonballs with their heads. But there's no cannons on this today, and now you can see the 7thQRC losing a few people. As there we go, there's Colonel Mitchell staying away from the rest of the troops to make sure that there is no orifice aiming against their enemy. And look at this, the fire coming in. And bear in mind that these muskets are normally not accurate to within 80, 100 meters, if that. So the fact that these guys are getting kills at that distance is pretty impressive. And there we have it. Oh god, that looks like a very painful... Oh my goodness. Oh, that's really painful. Look at that. That's a very painful way to die. Although that's probably just as painful, I have to say. As Charles Lennox gets cut down. And here, on the hill, is the 44th. Coming under fire from the 7th on that hill. They have that hill advantage. They can pull back if they need to. But now, it's a chance for the 44th to get into a position that is outflanking. Can they go in for the melee? They can! Look at this! They charge in for the melee. The commanding officer leading the way. And there's a little bit of team killing occurring here between the two teams. As per the norm. You always see. Oh, down goes Fap. Fap is no more. No more fapping for Fap. And Matus from the 7th. Look at this melee coming in from Jonathan Smith. Grenadier. Oh, but he's going to get double teamed and diddled from the back. He got well and truly diddled. As over here, the 7thQRC. Whoops-a-daisy. More dying, and there we have it. The 7thQRC bringing back another round. 4-2. And Edward Christoph falling off the server. Needless to say, stabbing himself in the testicles on his way past. So, let's see what's going on over here. Oh, Gunner Greco moving to the rear. Just the level of organisation that was required to command these people. All this kind of stuff. Everybody taking commands when told. The discipline that is required. You got to admire it, that's for damn sure. And here is their enemy. Ouch! That was a lovely shot from the 7th. As officer aiming, Corporal Williams, down goes Edwin. Poor old Edwin Parker is no more. That's going to cause a round reset. One red jacket looks much like the others. There we go. So, too close to the line, which is why the officer has to stay away from the main line in order so that it is obvious that it is the officer. Now, obviously, you're allowed to stab him during the melee. But, it looks like he's going to be slayed the next round. The guy who officer aimed. It may have been accidental, may have been deliberate, we don't know. But either way, ouch, down goes Colonel Mitchell. So, let's see. As the members of the 7thQRC going after... Oh, look at this, the dozy doe. Lovely dozy doeing there. And now, the 7thQRC are after Timothy Marshall. Poor old Timmy, trying to defend himself Look at that. Going in for a quick grab and stab. And Thomas Harrison also going over the hill to support their teammates on the other side, who are now up against it as James McNeish is getting involved with a bit of stabby goodness. And a fine kill there into Tom. Oh, look at that. Thomas Harrison gets killed by the bayonet of Greco. With James McNeish. Oh, look at that. Matou's taken down by Oliver Scott. And now it's 3v2. Could this be an opportunity for the 7th to take it? No, it's 3v1. This could be a real... Oh, a team kill! Oh, that team kill could have really been important. So, 5-2. There we go. Ominous at the back. Or near the back. Captain Murph. The Murph is the tail end Charlie for the 7th QRC. And somewhere is their enemy. Ah, there they are. So, Corporal William is slayed for the officer aiming in the previous round. And the fire coming in. Here is Edwin Parker. Victim of that murder earlier. And look at this, the guy is braking and pushing forward. Now forming up the line even closer. Dodging that left and right, but Branagh doesn't... Well, Branch, I should say, sorry. Alex Branch not making it. As now the fire coming in from the 44th as they all line up here. And look to fire back into the enemy. No, they've decided to move already. They could be moving into melee position as one of the guys here goes tail end Charlie, Harry Stanners. And now the fire coming in from the 7th QRC as he decided to move to a slightly different position. Look at this. And now moving in with, of course, everyone's favourite, the pistol penis. The most inaccurate. Oh my goodness, look at that face. That's quite an impressive face. As now they move in, and here we go, some hot officer-on-officer action here, courtesy of the Napoleonic Wars League. Major Edwin Parker and Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell, they decided not to engage each other. Daniel Lance is up against the commanding officer, and a couple of slays there for ficking and fecking. So for you, those of you not aware, Fick is firing in charge. So... Goodness me, look at this. Daniel. Oh, nasty, nasty stuff. Killed by Olaf. Oh, beautiful shot. Olaf killing him there. And there, the final member of the 7th QRC is murdered. And it's now 6-2 in favour of the 44th. So, Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell moving out with the lads. Look at these fine fellows. Metal and brass work and braid work gleaming in the sun. As their fire coming in as the 44th are claiming some victims. Sorry, are claiming victims of the 44th with the QRC. The 7th with some fantastic long-distance shots. I mean, just look at this. The amount of enemies that they've claimed with those shots. Wow, impressive stuff. Really, really good stuff coming in there. Onto the 44th from the 7th QRC. As now Harry Stanners follows his commanding officer as he sees the 7th QRC move back in a parallel line. As Edwin Parker's now trying to get to a position that will give him an advantage. And he's end on. And they're looking to see, can they get into melee range before that reload? Some are able to fire, and the stab attempt goes into the colonel. Look at that. And there we go. That was an officer-on-officer action, ladies and gentlemen. As poor Mitchell taken down by Parker. As down goes Pat Costas. And Fap also dying as well. And here's the melee continuing. Look at that, and a nice team kill in there as well. As Tango DK takes down Valels. As the 44th continue, as here is Tom defending himself from an attack of a commanding officer. And there we go, that's reaching for that all-important stab. Let's see. Oh, look at that. A couple of teammates coming to support. And here is the 7thQRC Corporal William. Now they're looking for the remainder. Edwin Parker remains alive. Question is for how long? Reggie Foster. 2 left. This is them. Up against the 7thQRC. This could be an opportunity for them to go clutch as long as there isn't a team kill. Maybe they can force a couple of team kills. Look at that. A nice stab and a kill. And that's exactly what happened. Chip got taken down with a team kill. And that was exactly the opportunity that the 44th were hoping for. They can get the people close to each other. Force that all-important team kill. Try and even the numbers. As there we go. Another team kill from the 7thQRC. As down finally goes Edwin Parker. Until finally Reggie Foster is finished off. So 6-3. Good stuff indeed, or 3-6 technically speaking. So, good stuff indeed.
Rule Britannia!
As the guys move out. With Alexander Blake, who was tail end Charlie. The guys reorganising themselves. And trying to get themselves into a good position as the 7thQRC open up on the 44th. With fire coming in, Finley McGregor is taken out. And Tango DK, the captain of the 7thQRC, following in behind his commanding officer. Where have they gone? Oh, hello. Oh, fire coming in as the 7thQRC. Colonel Polar. Oh dear. Never mind. He was a member of the line, so technically speaking, it's not officer aiming. As now you can see, oh, that fire. Oh, that brutal fire coming in from the 7thQRC. And now the melee begins as poor old Edwin Parker is meleeed to death there. Sliced across the back by Lennox. So let's see. As now more stabbing and grabbing is occurring. Look at these guys. Fantastic melee. Absolutely good. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. And here is Fap defending himself from the attacks. And he goes in for an opportunistic kill into Edward Sinclair. And he gets it. And there you go. 6-4. GG. 4-6. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That has been a fine battle between the 44th and the 7thQRC. And we look forward to the next one. Take care, everyone. Yes, all right, you can stop with the music. Thank you. See you later.